It's an honor to be here today on behalf of the City Commission and Mayor Bliss to welcome you to our great city of Grand Rapids. I'm sure by now that those of you who came early have found your way around and have seen the great things that are going on in our downtown and along our river. And for the rest of you, I invite you to take the tour as well. You probably had a good look at the Grand River. If not directly on a break, you can look right out the windows here. And you'll see a theme as you walk around the city, a city that's connected to its river. If you notice the shape of the roof above us here on the outside, it's a river. If you go to the Myelin Ecliptic down at Rosa Parks Circle, it has the 3 phases of water. So we're a community that's connected to the water, and you've come to the right place. So we're a city of outstanding achievements. We've received lately, for some reason, a lot of national recognition. We're really proud of that. We're one of the top 20 best places to live in America. We're one of the top 10 emerging cities in the United States. We're one of the top 25 best performing cities in America. And we're America's most sustainable mid-sized city. People have said that about us. The one we're most proud of, though, is that we're Beer City, USA. And I think that fits right into the theme here. So I expect to see pictures next year of you at Founders or Brewery Vivant or Harmony Brewing or some other fun place in town. And you can check in and confirm the election results that made us Beer City, USA. So as proud as we are of being Beer City, we're really more proud of being a river city. And we've got a great river. And like many cities, we're rediscovering our river, and that's the theme of what I want to talk to you about today. So we have great plans. So we're actually, this convention center will be in the middle of a river restoration, and it's going to start up where you see the dam to the north. The dam will be removed, and we're going to restore the rapids. So we're going to restore the river to the state that it was some time ago. We're doing it in a novel way. Your theme is partners. Here today and for this conference, and it's going to be a unique public-private partnership, the thing that we do so well here in Grand Rapids. And we'll have a really unique facility, about 2.5 miles of river. We're going to restore some sturgeon habitat as part of this, and it'll be a unique way to enjoy our community. And we got started in kind of a novel way. So we are a city of plans. We do community-based plans, and those plans we have a habit here of them morphing into action. And in fact, we don't do a plan unless we want to act on it. And so out of something called Green Grand Rapids emerged a group called Grand Rapids Whitewater, a private not-for-profit group that has imagined and designed a $35 million restoration of our river. We're in the process now of permitting, and hopefully next time you come, you can do kayaking. Along with the good stuff that comes with the river, the engagement, the attachment to the river, also comes the need to be resilient and to know that the river has another side. And so that's a responsibility that we are facing and taking very seriously as well as we do our designs. We're at the kind of the midpoint now of the LAMP process with our partner FEMA, and we're one of 25 pilot communities across the nation that has found a way to achieve flood control and mitigation and to work to also protect our community. We've worked closely with FEMA, and we're investing now to make investments required to both restore our river and also provide flood protection. We have some work to do. So we're working to achieve freeboard deficient status first, and then from there we will move on to sound reach status over time as we do projects. To get to freeboard deficient, we're going to be investing about $15 million, and we have to do that this construction season and next construction season to meet our LAMP timeline. So here's the timeline, and so by this time next year we should be well near completed, and by the fall we will be ready then to begin the final certification process with FEMA, and we will be done. So here's a sample of some work we've done. If you go to our water resource recovery facility, which used to be called a wastewater plant, you will see this berm that protects it. And so this is a very important facility for us. If this went down, all the work we spent, all the time we spent eliminating combined sewage overflows from our river would be wasted, right? So it's very important that we protect our plant, and we've spent about $2.5 million building the berm that you see here that is now complete, and we've achieved, or we hope to achieve, sound reach status with that berm. So back to planning. The community engaged in a process called GR Forward, which was a downtown and riverfront plan. So you're right here in the middle of downtown, and the plan included downtown, but also about 5 or 6 miles of river frontage as well. So it went outside the boundaries of downtown. And they did a lot of work with our community in terms of focus groups, and you were asked, if you went to the focus groups, what do you want from your river? And amazingly, maybe not amazingly, but I guess importantly, most people who were in those focus groups said, I want to touch the river. I want to feel it. I want to engage in it. I want to be able to walk down to it. And so if you see what we have now, most of what we have, you can't do that, right? We've got very sheer walls and unattractive spaces. So as part of GR Forward, we've imagined a new way of providing flood control and mitigation, and also allowing connection to the river. So here's an example of a project that'll happen just over here, and it's one that's in active development right now. So if you know the bridge that goes across the river to the President Ford Museum, Presidential Museum across the river, right there is a place called Lion Square. And if you go there, you'll see a very tired walkway, an amphitheater that never really did work, and but kind of a confusing space between the hotel and the convention center. And so as we reimagine this space, things that we're keeping in mind are flood control and mitigation, river access for all, river restoration, low-impact design and development, resiliency, and more. And so you can see the kind of thing we have imagined for this space. So everything we do here in Grand Rapids, we do based upon what we call a sustainable city platform. We, in 2010, like most communities, 2008, 9, 10, in the nation, were faced with some very serious issues. And we had a choice. We could fail, or we could do better. And so we convened a group of citizens, like we do, and we posed that question to them. What do you think our future should be? Should we just wind this down and write it out, or should we strive to get better? And thankfully their reaction was, what are you talking about? Let's get better. And so they gave us direction, and out of that came our transformation plan. Phase 1 was about changing our operating model, which we've accomplished. Phase 2 is about sustainable asset management, which is part of taking care of our river. And Phase 3 now is more community-based, while we're still working on some operational things. And so we're in the midst of doing that while we're working on restoring our river. And it's important to do that in context. It's also important to do it with partners. So the way that we'll accomplish our river restoration is through investment by the city, private foundation investment, some investment from riparian owners, and then also we think we will get some help from some federal sources or state sources. And that work is the work of securing the funding stack, the funding investment, is underway right now. So I want to thank you for the opportunity to tell you something about Grand Rapids. I want to leave you with this. So in a time of climate change, where weather events are becoming ever more spiky, flood control and mitigation has never been more important. Communities that figure out resiliency and invest in effective countermeasures will lead the way forward. And your association, all of you professionals, are the vanguard that will lead the way. So thank you for coming to Grand Rapids. Thank you for visiting our city and enjoying it. and thank you for the work that you do. And I wish you well during your stay here in Grand Rapids. Thank you very much.